1 billion to redevelop St. James's Park. What the hell? Let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV with a new video here. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new for all things Newcastle United. Live shows every night and Monday, Wednesday, Fridays on at middays. And of course, videos like this all the time. Other podcasts as well related to Newcastle United. So please stay tuned into what's next coming up for the channel. Every match, you can live it here as well. Post-match reactions, instant reactions, match reports, everything. And even press conferences, which is great. 1 billion. Ugh, 1 billion. That is going to be one hell of a bill right there. 1 billion pounds to redevelop St. James's Park, according to Luke Edwards in the Telegraph. They're reporting that the expansion plans may see capacity of stadium increase to more than 60,000, but that's barely any. I mean, we're already at 52, 54. And so more than 60 is more than 60 going to be enough. More than 60 could be up to 69. I'm sure they would put about 69 if it was like that, but it could more than 60 could mean that. And is that really substantial enough for 1 billion pounds? Sorry for the plosive there. And let me zoom in. Just because of that number, don't let you get persuaded. 1 billion is a lot of money, and it seems like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. However, according to this report, this article right here that we're going to take a look at, building a new stadium is going to be a lot more money. And before, it was actually proposed and said that before that building a new stadium is going to be cheaper than redeveloping St. James's Park, which never made sense to me, in my opinion. But people were saying that. Regardless, it is confirmed by this report by the Telegraph and Luke Edwards that obviously building a new stadium, which makes sense, would cost a lot more money than rebuilding, which would cost about 1 billion, a little bit over 1 billion pounds. But the biggest concern right here is the location as well. If we build a new stadium, which we've talked about in depth here on this channel. However, let's keep pushing, and let's keep talking about this article right here that's reporting Newcastle United will be left with a bill of around 1 billion if they push ahead with a proposal to expand and rebuild St. James's Park. Although the club will continue to insist that they have not made a final decision. This is clarified on this report right here. They have not, and the club has not, PIF has not made any decisions whatsoever about the stadium of Newcastle United at this point. No decision has been made. They want to speak with the fan advisory board as well. And it's not just the thing that they say, let's do it. Let's do it out of formality, just to say that we spoke to them. They do want to speak with the fan advisory board, which a lot of them entail international fans as well, which I've been saying on this channel many a times. I think international fans need to have a small say, a very small say, but not really a say that weighs a lot, to be fair, because we don't live there. I'm going in January. I want to go to St. James's Park, but the local fans have to have a bigger say than in this situation, obviously. And the people that live there, the people that work there, the people that are sustained by the business of match days. There's a lot of jobs. This entails a lot more than just some fans, international fans like myself, saying, I want to go to St. James's Park once, twice, 3 times a year. Well, that's not substantial enough to really have a lot of weight. And I know that I'm going to get some stick from my international counterparts, but it is what it is. We need to listen to the businesses, to the local businesses, to the local workers, to the local fans. We need to listen to them. I do wish the international fans do get a better ticket allocation because, when we want to go, we have to wait 2 weeks, just up to 2 weeks to get tickets, etc. And that might not even be guaranteed. And to get a plane ticket within 2 weeks of traveling, it's just a lot. But anyways, let's keep listening to reading this article. Although the club continue to insist they have not made a final decision on whether to improve their existing stadium or move to a new purpose-built site elsewhere in the city, the Telegraph Sport understands the detailed architectural plans for the expansion of St. James's Park have been drawn up and studied. So this already have been really was studied already. So they're just basically right now waiting on a final decision to talk to the fan advisory board and then make their decision. And of course, the fact that Darren Eales is announced that he is sick, he's not going to be part of the plans moving forward. It's also probably a big hit because now you got to put a CEO in plan, and since a decision hasn't been made, well, more than likely, PIF might say, well, let's see what this new CEO might want to say. It's all a tricky situation, to be fair, but or PIF might just say, look, we are the owners here, we'll decide, which I think ultimately they'll have the decision anyway. Those plans have focused on the expansion and redevelopment of both the East End and the Gallagher End, with the capacity of the stadium rising to more than 60,000 if the work goes ahead. First of all, as far as I could understand, the Gallagher End couldn't be redeveloped because there's a train station down there, or a subway, whatever you want to call it. And so now, it doesn't mean that they didn't study it. I'm sure they tried to take a look at it. But as far as I know from fans, that the Gallagher End couldn't be redeveloped. There's a metro down there, and it's almost impossible, if not impossible. The East End, of course, the Leazes Park End, you can take away those buildings right there. There've been conversations in depth here that they don't want to sell. It's a tough situation. There's also believed to be scope to modernize both the Milburn Stand and the Leazes End, which were built more than 20 years ago. The estimated cost is between £800 million and £1 billion. Depending on the final details of the project, of course, as we're going forward. As revealed earlier this year, Newcastle will need to extend the leasehold on St. James's Park, which expires in 70 years if they agree to stay put. So obviously they gotta do it another 100 years or whatever it was the first time around. Which was surprising to me. I thought Newcastle United owned the land where St. James's Park is at, but obviously they don't. And that is another thing as well. If you want to redevelop, you're going to have to renew that lease. And, that means moving on to the next stadium. I don't know. I don't know how that would go. Newcastle have repeatedly insisted any decision will be discussed with the club's fan advisory board before it is announced, and rejected the idea that a decision they rejected the idea that a decision has already been made in private. You see, that's what I was explaining earlier about the possibility of them saying, let's just talk to the fans, to do it, and we already got a decision made. Well, according to this, no decision has been made. Some people will be skeptical of that and say, well, PIF already has something in plan anyway. So, but either way, that's what they're reporting right here. A club spokesman said it would be wrong to say a decision has been made. All options remain on the table. The alternative option is to build an entirely new stadium with the land currently occupied by Leazes Park earmarked. This right here. There's a lot of people talking about, that, well, the people that want to keep that as a green area don't want to entertain the fact that they will, take away or destroy whatever. To me, listen, you got to understand, as a city, I know that the vast majority are Newcastle United football fans, obviously, but there are people that don't give a damn. There are people that don't care. And but if you got to look at if you don't care about football, you still have to look at this as a business thing. And the fact that you would keep the stadium right there in the city center, that business wise and money wise makes sense for everybody to keep their job, for everybody to keep the money flowing in. If you move the stadium to a farther location, you're taking away basically that attraction to the city center. Um, and so I believe that that would be the most ideal. I would definitely, my ideal situation, my ideal solution is to build a new stadium, state of the art, right there on Leazes Park. Leazes Park is huge, man. Look at St. James's Park compared to Leazes Park. You can build something there, man. You can build it. You can build it right there. You can just take a small part of it and build it. I don't know if they would like to get the whole thing. I don't know, but obviously you got a lake there, you got a pond there, so you had to fix that. But regardless, this would be the ideal situation: state of the art stadium, brand new, and get it done that way, or rebuild right now in the current area of St. James's Park. But you would have to right here. You would have to rebuild right here on the Leazes end, not on the Gallagher end. I don't think the metro is right there. I don't think it will make sense from what I understand from fans on the grounds. Another location would be this one right here, the Metro Radio Arena. If I'm not mistaken, though, please let me know in the comment section, because I think that there is a helipad somewhere around here, and I thought, because had discussed this on the live shows, that the area with the helipad wasn't available anymore, unless this is a different place. But I thought it was somewhere around this area. But the fact that they're showing it means that this is still available. I would assume. So these two areas have been studied according to this report, and so we will see. We will see what they do. PIF have not signed off on either project and are still considering all options available. Important right here says the cost of a new stadium is thought to be far more expensive, with an estimated build between $2 billion and $3 billion. Look, if you're going to pay $2 to $3 billion, just say $3 and paying $1. PIF has a lot of money. It's not really a budget thing, I would assume. Just go all out and build a new stadium. Build it right there. Do everything possible for Leazes Park to be used. Can the power of people that want to keep the green area green, can the power of that people weigh more than the whole entire city who want a new stadium right there in the city center? That would be the biggest question right there. And also, I've heard about monuments and historic, stuff around, historic things around that area as well, that people don't want to get torn down. Well, then you get into that intricate conversation. Of course, the project would almost certainly face serious legal challenges from those who wish to protect the green space in the heart of the city, which is likely to delay the start of the construction even farther. And that is the biggest point right there. The biggest thing that they don't want to deal with is being it prolonged, because right now you're taking into consideration Manchester United stadium plans are underway with Jim Ratcliffe to build the Wembley of the North. I thought we were going to build the Wembley of the North, to be fair. But Leeds United as well have also confirmed they intend to rebuild Ellen Road and dramatically increase the capacity, which would exceed St. James's Park in its current form. Supporters have become frustrated with the slow progress being made on the stadium project as a 3-year anniversary approaches of the takeover, and which is led obviously by the PIF for the majority. They are the ones that make the decisions, to be honest. It is what it is. And so, remember, Newcastle, St. James's Park is one of the host cities and host stadiums for the Euro 28. And work on the rebuild of St. James's Park would have to start sometime next year. Now, obviously, if they don't want to be a part of if building a stadium is a big concern, and then they can pull out of the Euros being one of the host cities if that comes to that. But if they do want to be one to attract people to come to St. James's Park to come to the sort of new stadium, they will have to rebuild next year as soon as possible. And so that's what we're dealing with. If you want to build a new stadium, then you are, again, as I mentioned, might have to be put through legal proceedings, because those people will try to prolong it, will try to debate it, will try to extend it the one that keep the green space, etc. And PIF might not really be interested in doing all that back and forth. PIF is pretty simple. I give you the money, move out the way. So if they think that the people from the city are going to make it tougher, then they just might not give a damn, to be honest. It's interesting, but we have to see what happens on that. In my opinion, we need to build a stadium right there on Leazes Park. Find a way to convince these people that it is what it is. Newcastle brings in a lot of money. If you're not a football fan, if you're not football, because even if you just football, Newcastle is the magnet of Newcastle upon Tyne. But if you're not a football fan, you still have to understand that there's a lot of money to be made, a lot of businesses that will go broke if the stadium go in. What would happen to the Strawberry? The iconic Strawberry. You think people are still going to be going to that pub when the stadium moves? I'm sure people will still go, but not as many people. I guarantee it. So iconic buildings like the Strawberry, iconic pubs, and a lot of businesses around the city center gone. Are we going to cost that to fellow Geordie businesses? That is the biggest question there. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. My name is Chris, the American Mag. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one, folks. Bye-bye.